Good morning, my dear SS2 students. I am talking to you from our school, still on our online classes. Wherever you are, I wish you well. May you remain safe. We are still on the topic we started over 2 weeks now, reproduction in vertebrates. Today we are going to round off that topic. Then we will now compare the sexual reproduction in vertebrates, but we'll pick some organisms. I will pick comparison of sexual reproduction in vertebrates. I will pick only 3 vertebrates: the fishes, reptiles, and the mammals. But before then, I want to summarize the topic. I began this topic by telling you that reproduction is the ability of living organisms to produce offspring. That is, new individual of their type or individuals that resembles themselves. Then I said that these can either be asexual or sexual. I told us that in asexual reproduction, an individual produces an offspring by itself. That is, only one parent is involved in asexual reproduction. There is no fusion of nuclei, and the cell which give rise to the offspring usually divide by means of mitosis. I told you examples of asexual reproduction. We have examples like in binary fission, where the organism simply divides into 2 equal parts. And I'll talk about, we have multiple fission, where an organism can divide up to 2, up to more than 2, that is up to 8 equal parts within few hours. I will talk about another aspect where an organism breaks off as a fragment. That's why we call it fragmentation. Talk about spore formation, where spores are released, carried by wind. They now germinate when they fall on organisms. Then I talk about sexual reproduction because that is where we dwell richly. I said that in sexual reproduction, offspring are produced by fusion of 2 different sex cells, which usually come from 2 different parents. In other words, 2 parents are involved, a male and a female. When the nuclei fuse during fertilization, offspring now begin to develop as zygotes. The sex cells are known as gametes. Gametes are formed by a kind of cell division which we call meiosis, not mitosis. And in meiosis, I told you that the chromosome number is halved. What happened? We have 46 chromosomes in a zygote. We are the parents each producing 23 chromosomes. That's the male counterpart produces 23 chromosomes, the female produces 22 chromosomes. When they now fuse, they now give birth to what we call haploid number of cells or chromosomes, not diploid. Then we now begin sexual reproduction in vertebrates. We now talk about reproduction in fishes. I started by telling us that the fishes, that the type of reproduction that takes place in them is what we call external reproduction, or where we call it oviparity. What happened there? Their external environment serves as where fertilization takes place. It doesn't take place inside the body of the female. The female fish will just lay its egg in a surrounding water. The male fish will now go there and shed sperm, all of them externally. The sperm will now fertilize the eggs. And after doing that, the male fish goes away, the female also goes away. The fertilized eggs are now allowed to stay on its own. no parental care. They will now begin to develop on that just external environment on their own. Then I told us that in such case, there is no parental care, and then sexual reproduction is a wasteful process since only few individuals survive because many of them are eaten up by larger fishes or larger animals in the water. So the egg is now allowed to develop on its own, by which when the tiny adults come out, they just allowed to fend on themselves until they grow. Then I told us that in amphibians, the whole thing also happens, but the difference there is that there is mating in the body of the female. The male and the female will come together. The male will now release the sperm inside the body of the female. When that happens, the female will now lay egg, either in the land or in crevices, just as in the lizard. They will just lay their eggs outside, or they may dig holes and lay their egg outside. Fertilization is somehow internal, but it will be completed externally. That is what happened in amphibians and the reptiles. So when that happens, they will just go away. The egg begins to develop on its own again, changing from egg to larva, larva to pupa as the case may be, or larva to young adult called the tadpoles. There is no parental care as well. Therefore, in amphibians and reptiles, reproduction is also a wasteful process. Only a few individuals survive after that. Then we talk about reproduction in birds. I told us that fertilization in birds are also what? Somehow internal and then external. After mating, that is after fertilization in the body of the female will lay egg. In case of the egg, in case of the birds, they first of all prepare their nest. The female make its nest ready for the time of reproduction, either hanging it on the treetop or in a good environment. After making the nest, it will now enter into the nest and begin to lay egg inside the nest. So after that, what happens is that the birds take care of their young ones. They first of all hatch them by sitting on those eggs for quite a long time, or from days to even nearly months. They will sit upon the egg and hatch them. When they hatch them, they will incubate them, the young ones, after giving birth, because eventually the young ones will come out of the egg, mature. Then the female hen or the female bird will begin to take care of the young ones, finding food for it. If it is bird, it may fly from one tree to another to get food and come back and give to the young one until the young ones becomes of a certain age. It is then allowed to go and fend on itself. Then a human being, that is the mammals. Most mammals, fertilization is all internal, all internal. That is viviparity. What happens? The two sex cells will fuse together during fertilization. After fertilization, the young organism begins to develop inside the body of the female. Inside the body of the female, where the young one feeds directly from the mother's nourishment through the placenta. And this will take months. When the young one is born and born alive, the mother takes care of the young one until it grows to a certain age. So we now saw that in mammals, fertilization is not a wasteful process because there is a parental care. And then The mother takes care of the young one. Protected, also in the mother's womb, when giving birth, protected and nourished through the mother too. Then last week I told you the main structures of mammalian male and female reproductive system and their function. We talked on all of them, their roles. Finally today on the topic, we are going to compare the sexual reproduction between the three vertebrates. I told you the fishes, reptiles, and the mammals. First of all, I begin with the number of eggs laid. The fishes lay numerous eggs. Numerous eggs are laid. And the eggs are in thousands. And they're tiny. And the type of reproduction taking place in the fishes is oviparous. That is external only. Everything is external. Then the reptiles lay about 1 to 400 eggs. Large eggs. Then the type of reproduction is mainly oviparous. Then the mama do not lay egg. They do not lay eggs. What happens is that the ovary produces eggs. The ovary produces 1 to 10 eggs. 1 to 10 eggs. Well, the type of reproduction is what we call viviparous. I will explain all these things. I'll tell you what they mean. Viviparous. Then, what type of fertilization takes place? Type of fertilization. Here is external, as I told you. That is what we mean by oviparous. Here is also external. These are a combination of internal and okay, fertilization is internal since it is in the body of the female that it takes place. The same thing is what happens there. It's internal too. Now let's pick another point. How does the embryo develop? Embryo development. Embryo development. How does the embryo develop? In fishes, you know their environment is aquatic. So it is in aquatic environment. Aquatic environment. Embryo. Unprotected. Unprotected yolk provides nourishment. Yolks provide nourishment. Larva with yolk sac. That is, the larva is attached to the yolk sac in the egg because the egg provides the nourishment. Then in the on the reptiles on dry land is where their habitation are, that is their dwelling place is. Embryo develops a large amniote egg. So I told you that they lay kind of egg called the amniote egg. Then in mammal, in female, fertilization, embryo develops in the female parent uterus or the womb. Tiny egg with little yolk. Embryo enclosed in fluid filled sac. Yes, that is embryo obtains nourishment from mother's blood. Through the placenta. Via the placenta. Then let's look at the parental care of their young ones. I have said all these things. Some of them like parental care. Parental care only occurs in mammals. No parental care in reptiles, no parental care in fishes. It's only in mammal that we have parental care. If you talk about parental care now, you can tell me the ones that have parental care. This one, none. In most cases, they are also none. Most cases, it is here that we have present. So the mama, as I told you, present. Parents look after their young. From several weeks to years. So here, parental care is highly developed. Then finally, I will tell you the meaning of these things: oviparous, ovoviparous, and viviparous, and we'll call it a day. I want to talk on these new words that you learn from this topic. That's why I have to ask you, in oviparity, which of the following organisms are oviparous or viviparous? The big word will now make you to fear what you even know, because you don't know the meaning of oviparity, ovoviparity, and the viviparity. Let me begin by oviparity. What does it mean? In oviparity, eggs are shared into the external environment where the embryos complete their development and hatch out of eggs as young. Here they are talking of where reproduction is external. Eggs are shared into the external environment, the embryo completes their development and hatch out of eggs as young. Nothing happens, only in the external environment. The eggs may be unfertilized when they are shared, as in most species and amphibians, or fertilized as in reptiles and their birds. So, what happens is, here, eggs are laid or shared in what? External environment. The mother, the parents goes away. The young one will now begin to develop from what? The egg, feeding on the yolk and the many things that are found in the egg. So in oviparity, reproduction is 100% external. Then we have the examples of organisms that participate. Most fishes. Most fishes are oviparous. Most fishes. And some amphibians. You know the ones that are amphibians, toads and frogs. Toads and frogs. They will just lay egg in the water and go away. So, in oviparity, organisms found are usually fishes and the amphibians. Then if we talk of ovoviparity, ovoviparity, what does it mean? Ovoviparity. The fertilized eggs are retained in the female's body. That is, fertilization is internal, where the embryo develops using the stored food in the egg. When fully developed, the young hatches from the egg and are released from the female's body. Here, fertilization is internal. Fertilization is internal. Eggs are retained in the female's body, where the embryo develops using the stored food in the egg, just like the birds. The egg will develop there. You see the female laying the egg. After laying the egg, it will now sit on it and hatch on it. But the unborn organism, that is the egg, will now feed from the yolk inside the egg, where everything diffuses. There is process of diffusion. The stored food is in the yolk. It will now continue to feed on it until it breaks and hatches out. Then the mother begins to do what? Take care of it. Then we have viviparity. Here, the young develop inside the female's body, obtaining nourishment directly from the female parent. No egg is laid. And the young one are born alive. So if we talk of here, you know that the people that the organism is supposed to be here are all mammals. And certain fishes that are mammals too. Yeah, you know that we have some aquatic mammals. Some fishes are mammals. So all mammals belong to what? Viviparous organism. If we talk of ovoviparous, I have given you an example. Certain fishes and their reptiles and birds are ovoviparous. So this is where we end our study today. See you next time.